Well, if you find yourself thinking about your next meal before you even finish lunch, guilty, you might be dealing with food noise. Tina Sitafanti looks at the biology behind these intrusive cravings and the new research that is working to silence the chatter.
Let's say you just finished a nice lunch, but you are already having thoughts about what you're going to eat next, what's for dinner. It might be called food noise. And the question is, how can you quiet it?
Let's say you're trying to focus on a book, but your brain is fixated on the bag of chips in the pantry. If that sounds familiar, you're not lacking willpower, you're likely experiencing food noise. That's a term for the persistent, intrusive thoughts about food that go beyond ordinary hunger. Experts say it's not a character flaw, it's a biological experience rooted in brain chemistry. And for the 57% of people with obesity who experience it, food noise acts like a relentless background hum that disrupts daily life. The conversation has exploded recently due to GLP-1 medications like Ozempic and Wegovy. Users describe these drugs like noise-canceling headphones. They act on the brain's reward pathways to finally silence that mental food chatter. But how do you tell the difference between noise and real hunger? Physical hunger builds slowly and is resolved by a meal. Food noise is sudden, often feels uncontrollable, and doesn't always stop once your stomach is full. To quiet the volume naturally, nutritionists suggest a few key strategies. Prioritize protein and fiber. These stabilize blood sugar and satiety hormones. Protect your sleep. Fatigue ramps up the hormones that trigger cravings. And consistent fueling. Skipping meals often makes the noise louder later in the day. Because of the popularity of GLP-1s, doctors are now defining food noise as a measurable cognitive phenomenon, not just lack of willpower. And it's getting new research attention. They're looking at the brain, looking at medications that impact the way the brain thinks about food, like the GLP-1s, and trying to measure food noise. That's done with questions about thoughts and how those thoughts about food impact everyday life.
Prior to this research, there has been a lot of research done on overeating, of course, but not very much on this cognitive burden that sort of takes over your brain. The so-called food noise, which, by the way, is a term that came to life on social media after people started describing what was happening and what wasn't happening once they went on the GLP-1 medication.
I'm Atiana San Miguel. Thank you for watching our story. If you'd like to see more like it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to watch us weekday mornings at 7 and 11 a.m. on KCWX. Bye. See you on the next one.